There's a strange moment in life where nothing is finished, but everything suddenly makes sense. And that's where I find myself right now. Now, having the right people around you becomes critical when there's chaos all around. You need help. And at the same time, there can be real peace in the middle of chaos if you have that help. What's interesting is that I'm probably around more chaotic situations now than I've ever been, and yet I'm navigating them differently. Not avoiding them, I'm staying in there. I'm not trying to escape them. And I'm not freezing, hoping they're going to just go away. I'm not doing it. I'm stepping into them this time because I see what's possible, and that's new. Because the truth is, chaotic situations, they often create a breeding ground for opportunity, and we need more opportunities. And chaos demands solutions. It exposes what's broken and forces movement. It causes us to pay attention. I've learned that life isn't made enjoyable by the reward either. The reward is fleeting. It lasts a moment, but the journey is the lifetime. So dealing with the chaotic situations and creating the opportunity, that's the fun part. And it's learning to love the work, knowing you're building something, knowing you're growing, you're adapting, you're overcoming instead of collapsing under pressure. See, the journey isn't linear. It's an adventure. Sometimes it requires pulling back. Sometimes you lose a battle, but it's the war that you're trying to win. So it's okay to lose a battle. If we're losing a battle, we're actually moving forward because we're experiencing and we're learning. And the chaos hasn't stopped. There's always another challenge. There's always another unexpected turn. There's always another twist you didn't see coming. Sometimes they're better than what you had planned. But something shifted when I stopped asking, what do I want? And started asking, what's actually right for me? Thinking about what's actually right for me instead of what do I want? What When you do that, when you ask that better question, you often get something better than what you originally wanted. That happens all the time with me. I get something more valuable. And so my response has changed over the last year. I spent a lot of time buried under negativity, and it was controlled negativity because my faith and is very strong, and I knew that things would change, but yet still knowing deep down that I wasn't doomed. That was important, and so I sat with that tension and I accepted the position I was in. But instead of saying I can't do this, I started saying I haven't done it yet. And things started to change because my attitude changed. That small shift reopened possibilities. Now, the limitations don't feel external anymore. They feel proportional for how far I'm willing to reach. I'm not reacting anymore. I'm choosing what I'm doing. And yes, there is some pain. There's things that I'm not getting done, but I'm choosing to show up every day publicly. And part of it is doing this vlog. I'm documenting this journey in real time. It's a diary of sorts, but it's one the world can see. I'm not keeping it private. I'm putting it out there. And you can't imagine how much it's helping me in ways that I didn't expect. I mean, my confidence is growing, my communication is improving, my just overall presence on camera is getting better. My focus is getting tighter. Instead of noise, I'm starting to plan. I'm working on getting better and learning new things because of this. And instead of panic, there's strategy. I don't have fewer problems. I actually probably have more, but I have better alignment. And one of the biggest internal shifts has been discernment replacing urgency. I'm not so worried about the urgency, but I have more discernment. And sometimes a man has to step back and allow things to not work. Sometimes we have to stop trying to keep damaged situations afloat just to protect our pride and instead let something fail and know it's not weakness, it's wisdom. So that's another shift that has been boundaries replacing explanations. For most of my life, I respected other people's boundaries, but I just didn't know how to enforce my own. I didn't know how to set them up. And it was probably because I didn't have the discernment and I didn't have the discipline that I needed that I'm gaining right now. I didn't know how to enforce my own. And I realized that boundaries are this huge gift. They bring clarity, they actually bring order into my life. I didn't realize I needed to place boundaries on myself. And interestingly, those boundaries, they agitate chaos at first. I can't believe chaotic situations they don't work well with boundaries. They do not go hand in hand. Chaos leaves. They find chaos is tamed quickly when you stand firm. Chaos thrives on access. And so when you remove that access, the chaos, it usually moves on. It's whatever it is. It's not sticking around because it doesn't have anything to feed on. The line has been set. This is what it is, and they know, and there's no changing it or manipulating it. And it leaves often with nothing more than wasted words. And finally, focus has replaced noise. All this stuff, all this little stuff that's around has been dissipating. And I've been staying on track and staying focused towards doing what I need to do. And I'm learning to move quickly away from situations that are going nowhere. I'm leaning into opportunities that actually have potential. I'm closing the door cleanly on things that need to be shut out, and I'm accepting the consequences of closing the door cleanly on those. And I'm redirecting the energy towards what's good, right, and genuinely better. You see, clarity, it didn't come from having all the answers. It came from knowing what I no longer need to chase. I hope you have a great day, one day better.